Hello, everyone. I'm back, and I thought I'd tell you a little story about the time that my fiance, for my birthday a couple years back, kind of when we first met, decided that she wanted to take me to Miami for my birthday. And so we went to Miami, and she's trying to figure out excursions and different things for us to do. And so she decides that she wants to go to Key West. Now, mind you, I can't swim. So that's number one. So we're going to Key West and we're going to go snorkel. And so when we were on the boat, they told us, hey, when we get out here, make sure that when you get off the boat, that you don't step on any of the coral. So in my mind, I was like, great. That means that I don't have to worry about swimming. I can stand as long as I don't stand on the coral. So we get there, we rode out for about 45 minutes on the boat. And in my mind, I'm thinking like 45 minutes, this water might be pretty deep. But like, hey, I'm gonna impress her. So they told us when we put our flippers on to make sure that we get off the boat. Like when we're going down the stairs to get into the water, don't stop. Just keep going. And when you get to the water, swim out so that you can be out of other people's way as they're coming down. So I was like, cool. So I wanted to be one of the first people off the boat. So I jumped pretty close to the front, and the boat probably had maybe about 40 people on there. It's pretty loaded. So I might have been the fifth person to get off this boat. And so when I get off the boat, I go down, I've got my flippers on, and I jump in the water. And the waves, of course, are coming in. So I jump off and I'm like, okay, let me swim out just a little bit so I can be out of the way. And the waves are still hitting me. And I've got my life vest on and all that stuff. So I'm thinking I'm good. And this is the story that I told her. When I got off the boat, I swam out a little bit and I looked down. And at the time when I looked down, I saw a hammerhead, a great white, and a bull shark. They were all just circling around me. And so, of course, I was afraid for my life. So I went back to the boat, and of course, there's still people coming down. So I can't get back on the boat. So the boat has this rope where the stairs are. And so I just grabbed onto that rope and was holding on for dear life as these sharks were swimming beneath me. And while I was holding on, the waves are still hitting me. So I'm doing this in the water. I'm constantly just woof, woof. So I'm like, I gotta get up the stairs some kind of way, but there was no way to get up the stairs. So I kind of scooted up just a little bit so that people could come down the stairs and I could be out of the water. And, people continued to come down the boat. And by this time, she had swam off a pretty good distance. And I guess she realized as she swam off, she saw the sharks too. And so she came back to get me and she's like, hey, I've got you, come with me. She has shark repellent. I didn't have any of that shit. And so I was like, okay. And while I was sitting there on the stairs, I was like, well, if I make myself look bigger, then the sharks won't mess with me. So I blow my life vest up to swell me up pretty good. And she said, come on, let's go. So she gave me a little bit of shark repellent. And so I jumped back in the water. And while I was sitting on the stairs, I had my goggles up on top of my head because I didn't need them anymore. I was out of the water. So we get back into the water, we swim out pretty far. And unfortunately for me, when I blew up my life vest, it was lopsided. So I couldn't swim regularly out. I was kind of leaning to the side a little bit. And so I get out there, and there's a ex-Marine out there. He's the one taking us on the tour. And he's like, hey, you got to look down. It's beautiful. Now, mind you, I can't swim. And my goggles are on top of my head. So I'm like, shit, okay, like this Marine's not going to show me up. So I'm like, I can look down there and see what's going on. Because I had the shark repellent on, so I wasn't worried about the sharks anymore. Remember from the beginning, hammerhead, great white, and a bull shark. Bull sharks are mean as hell, and I know this. So I looked down, and I didn't see shit. The only thing I saw was water coming into my face and in my mouth, and I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. So the Marine says, hey, do you want to go back to the boat? Now the boat is maybe about 50 yards away, so not too far. And I was like, yeah, I want to go back to the boat. And so he's like, all right, let's go. And he threw the donut out there for me, and I jumped in the donut, and this dude swam me back to the boat, and is the most embarrassing fucking experience I've ever had in my life. And this is the last time I'll go on a trip with her anywhere. Like, she's dangerous. She's not even on the life insurance policy yet. So I don't know if she's trying to kill me or what, but for now on, I'm gonna stay home.